This is the fitness advice that I wish someone had given to me when I was starting out. I've been a personal trainer for over a decade now, and last year alone I did 1,300 personal training sessions. But when I started out, I was clueless. I didn't really know what I was doing, I didn't know what good technique was, and I had to learn on the go. So in this video I'm going to offer 10 lessons that I wish I had known before I knew them. And they probably would have saved me some time, frustration, and probably even a few injuries. Lesson 1 is don't use self-hatred for motivation. When I started the gym, I started not because I wanted to get better at anything, but because I wanted to look like Ryan Reynolds in Blade. And that's a reasonable goal because he looked amazing. But in the short term only, that's a good motivator to get you to the gym, but it's not a great motivator to keep you in the gym. The turning point for a lot of people will be focusing on exercise as a form of self-improvement, and that builds a really long-lasting relationship with the gym. Lesson 2 is training as self-improvement, not as a tool for destruction. I thought progress came from 90-minute sessions 4 times a week where you left the gym and you felt like you couldn't walk anymore. If I wasn't sore for 3 days after, I felt like I'd failed. And the truth is, real progress comes from stacking small wins regularly over a long period of time. And those 90-minute sessions were really brilliant, and I did a lot of them really well, but they were not really repeatable. And that's where real long-term success comes into play. Small wins over a long period of time. Lesson 3 is that the gym can be your escape. One of my clients works 12-hour days in finance, and the gym for them is not necessarily just about building big traps. It really is an escape from their office. You get 1 hour where there is no decisions to make, no emails. You just have to pick things up and put them back down slightly slower. And that's the beauty of the gym. It can really become a place where you go and can escape everything for just an hour. I have a line that exercise is the escape alcohol pretends to be, and that might feel relevant to you. Lesson 4 is master movements early. There actually aren't that many derivatives of exercise. They all have kind of a basis in one of about 7 exercises: the squat, bench, deadlift, row, pull-up, shoulder press, and one more that I can't remember. I really saw the benefits of this when I started Olympic weightlifting. Olympic weightlifting is a really complicated sport. It's highly technical, and when you start, you're terrible, and when you do 5 years of Olympic weightlifting, you're still terrible, but you are less terrible. But for that first period, my back consistently hurt, and my numbers didn't get any better. And the fix for me was going to a coach at the London Olympic Weightlifting Academy and really honing in on some of the technical elements that I was skipping. That was a fast track to a bit more success. If you're starting out, get the technique right. Adding weight to dysfunctional movement is a recipe for disaster. And also, it probably won't lead to that much injury, I don't think, but it will lead to better progress to be able to do exercises correctly. One of the best ways to get better at exercise is to take expert opinion, but also to try, get it wrong, and then try to do it better. Lesson 5 is simplicity beats complexity, that sign, every time. I used to do lots of programs that were German volume training this and German body composition that and undulated periodization and all these things that I didn't really know what they were, but I thought that they were smart. And guess what happened? Nothing happened. When I simplified all my training and went back to the basics, squat, bench, deadlift, everything started to be far simpler, and as a result I could concentrate on those few exercises a lot more. Complexity looks quite smart and it can be quite fun, but simplicity is better. Lesson 6 is focus on the inputs, not the outcomes. I have a client who wanted to lose 10 kilos, and that's quite a big task. So what we did was break down that goal into a couple of more manageable chunks. 1, going to the gym 3 times. 2, hitting their protein targets. 3, starting to monitor their calories. And 4, losing 1 kilo. You focus on your performance and what you're putting in, the results tend to come back to you, ironically, without having to focus on them so strictly and building in those habits that are repeatable over a long period of time. That's where the real progress comes from. So you really want to focus on the process, and the results will take care of themselves. Lesson 7 is you are responsible for everything that goes wrong, and you are responsible for everything that goes right. When I was doing Olympic weightlifting, I would hit a plateau and I would immediately blame my genetics, my long torso, little legs, and my squat being not strong enough. But the truth was, at that point, I was out drinking and partying a lot, which doesn't necessarily have a good correlation with exercise. The moment that I started to own that was the moment that I could start to address it. If you are the problem, you are also the solution. And that's nice to know that there's not a clandestine network suppressing your squat. Lesson 4, progress is made through very boring means. Everybody wants to double their squat or lose 10 kilos in 6 weeks, and actually, fundamentally, that's just not how it works. Progress isn't something that you can just wish for. Progress is something that happens really slowly over a long period of time by just doing one more rep, adding one more kilo, being strict on your calories for one more day. I had a client go from not being able to do any pull-ups to being able to do 5 pull-ups and complaining that they could only do 5 pull-ups without realizing that they previously could do no pull-ups. And that's what's really interesting about broadening your horizon for progress, is that you might not even see it, but it is there. Lesson 9, it's not always enjoyable. We live in a time where people say things like, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. And I'm sure that it's better to love what you do, but you won't love that thing every day, like Monday, after you've just come back from a gorgeous holiday on the French Riviera. It's not as good as being there on that day. You know? And people say similar things about their workouts. You have to enjoy it. And you do have to enjoy it. But more importantly than enjoying it is doing it. Not every workout will feel like New Year's Eve under the London Eye. Sometimes there won't be fireworks, it won't be enjoyable, and you'll just want to go home early. It's normal. You want to enjoy the exercise that you do, but it doesn't have to be something that you love or hate. It has to be something that you do regularly. It's like brushing your teeth. You don't have to love the process of brushing your teeth, but you still have to do it. Lesson 10 is forget optimal and focus on good enough. This is something I wish I had come to terms with sooner. I was chasing the perfect workout program, the perfect rep range, the perfect time to train, and I don't need optimization. I need to just be good enough. Sadly for me, I'm not a professional athlete. I'm not gifted enough to be a professional athlete, but I do want to improve my health and my strength. So focusing on being consistent with that rather than being optimal with that is a big mind shift that really helped me. Because the truth is, everything works if you do it consistently enough. Good enough done consistently beats sporadic periods of perfection. So these are the lessons that I wish someone had told me. Be fueled not by self-hatred, but by self-improvement. Focus on showing up and doing enough. Repeating that is really where long-term progress comes from. If you're struggling with something in your training, why not put it in the comments below? And if I fixed it, I'll write back to you with how I fixed it. And if I haven't fixed it, I'll write back to you complaining about how hard that thing is, and then we can try to come to a solution. Sound helpful?